teach you about warfare. Warfare is essentially a conflict between two countries, depicted in a social or political conflict. Those countries either one country wants to destroy the other or claim the territory, or other countries to solve a dispute through large armies or violence. The main question I ask today is, how does warfare affect the countries involved and the surroundings? One of the many social impacts that warfare has is primarily on the soldiers and those in the communities that have been struck by warfare. One social impact would be the fact that many soldiers who are involved in warfare have been faced with traumatic events that have led them to develop mental illnesses, some known as shell shock, which was early in the 1920s to 1918 to 1920s, which is the same time as World War I. This shell shock was known as an early stage of PTSD. And PTSD, as we know, is a crippling disease that causes soldiers not to be able to develop well in society and cause them to totally break down.
So in the economic lens, the main goal of a certain government is to destroy other countries' governments, which affects the quality of the work in certain wars and how they're able to pay for weapons or food for the soldiers, or protection, like bases maybe for the naval ships or stuff like that. I'd say the economy is one of the most important parts or a key role in the government for wars because it's the main thing for purchases for certain things. For the participation in the war.
In a political sense, there can be a good side to it and a bad side to it. There are alliances that come from wars, such as in World War I. They were split into allies and axis. USA, Russia, they were allies. So this kind of does have a good side to it in a sense where relationships between countries are building. So they did have some feuds on the side. But it works the opposite way. This can destroy the relationship between two different nations. It can destroy surrounding countries due to the backlash of these wars. And the spread of things such as communism, these ideas that negatively impact governments, give it to control by only one person, that is a negative impact of war in a political sense, such as communism spreading from China down to Cambodia and eventually to places like Laos and Vietnam, which would cause the U.S. to intervene because of their policies that do require them to sort of protect and intervene. But that is a big negative state. However, again, it does work oppositely. It can reverse itself, and there have been instances where wars result in the freedom of countries.
So what is your main argument? What are you trying to prove in this topic about warfare?
Well, warfare is sometimes a misunderstood concept because many believe that warfare is just a way for a bigger country to bully a smaller country. This is very untrue because sometimes warfare is just able to end a dispute that has been erupted for unknown reasons.
Can you give an example of that?
One similarity would be the fact that we're learning history today. The Spanish-American War. America intervened in the revolution. Was it the Cuban Revolution? The Cuban Revolution to win the Cuban Independence Revolution, and they intervened simply because they felt like they.
Okay, at this point, you guys should be moving into the question and answer segment. So you should flip your page, and you should be asking your presenters questions.
Sorry, I kind of jumped ahead on that.
So you have any questions?
Are there any key dates? Like the first ever war?
Well, the first ever recorded war would be the Babylonian War, which was in the Stone Ages, 1400 BC. And this war is basically between Babylonian and Civics. Sumer, yes, Babylonian and Sumer. It was a war to dispute conflict because one of the other countries, or other societies, land.
What are the two different sides of this issue if there are any?
I'd say one issue can be in the economic lens that destroying an economy of a different country is good because that, like, if there's a war, there can be a list of countries that are involved in it, and those countries are picked up one by one. So that's beneficial for the government, for the countries that are still involved. But a bad side can be poverty in the community, not able to have any food, not able to have any protection for themselves.
So are you arguing in this paper like the pros and cons of warfare?
I'm arguing basically that war has impacted society
To PTSD. Any other questions, gentlemen?
Are there any politicians involved? Like,
Of course, there's
Donald Trump, Elizabeth.
Joseph Stalin, Pol Pot, there's a ton everywhere.
What is Donald Trump's role right now with country war or not warfare? Yeah, warfare.
Currently, we know that Donald Trump supports warfare extremely because he wants to stop any immersion of Muslims into our country to protect what he believes is to protect the United States.
All right, take a second